The element group sits at the top of the modeling mode and gives you access to the main properties for each element type: vertex, edge, face, and object. When you switch between elements, each one has its own set of properties, so you'll always see the tools that make sense for your current selection. Let's take a look. In this scene, I'm starting with an empty workspace. At the top of the toolbar, you'll see a cube icon with a plus symbol. Clicking this switches to the toolbar to modeling mode, where you'll see the different element types: isolate, object, face, edge, and vertex. Since we don't have an object yet, we'll need to create one. On the right side in the UModeler Tools panel, I'll select the box shape and click and drag in the scene to create a cube. Now that we have an object, we can look at how each element mode works. Starting with the vertex element, when I click on the vertex icon, you'll see the vertices appear on the object. Next is the edge element. When you hover over an edge, it highlights, and when you select it, it changes color. The face element works the same way. Hovering highlights the face, and selecting it changes its color. The object element lets you select the entire object or deselect it. Now, let's look at isolate. To demonstrate this, I need two objects combined into one. I'll duplicate this cube, move the copy down so that we can see both, and then select them and use combine. Now, they're a single object. In object mode, moving one moves both because they're merged. But if I want to work on just one of the original cubes, that's where isolate comes in. If you use the face tool and drag and select, I only select the faces I dragged over. But if I switch to isolate and hover over the other cubes and select it, it highlights the entire set of faces that belong to the original object. Clicking selects all of them at once. Now I can move that selection independently, even though the objects were combined. Switching back to the vertex tool, you can see I can select individual vertices again. On the right side, you'll notice that each element type has its own set of properties. This changes depending on what you're editing. For example, vertex mode includes options like edge constraints, backface selection, and camera-based selection. Edge mode has similar options, plus a few extras because edges have differently. Face mode includes settings like soft selection and the ability to toggle between hard and soft faces. Each element type gives you different controls depending on what you need, and experimenting with these properties will help you get comfortable with how they affect your modeling workflow.